This video is your Dragon of Icespire Peak DM guide for the Woodland Manse quest from the D&D Essentials Kit. Hi, Bob here, and welcome to Bob World Builder, the D&D channel where we improve our games together. This video is sponsored by Cursed Classes for D&D 5e. 6 brand new classes and over 20 archetypes, allowing you to play as lycanthropes, vampires, and some awesome undead, now available on the Dungeon Masters Guild. More on that in a bit. For Dragon of Icespire Peak gameplay, check the cards and description for a link to my session with my fiancée Grace and 2 of my longtime friends, Dan and Jerry, who were the DM and a fellow player in my first D&D campaign. Woodland Manse is one of the second 3 follow-up quests on the Phandalin job board after your party finishes any 2 of the first follow-up quests. It's balanced for 5th or 6th level, and apparently it's okay for 3rd or 4th if they rest between encounters. But there's technically nothing preventing all the hostile creatures at this location from joining the first combat that erupts. Because of this danger and the strong connection between this quest and the overarching story, I recommend making Woodland Manse your party's final follow-up quest. But not their final quest in the campaign. For the sake of this series, I saved all the side location quests like Shrine of Savra, Circle of Thunder, Tower of Storms, and Icespire Hold until after my party did all of the main quests. As we get into those episodes, I'll include suggestions about where to place them in the main story. In other words, save the one with the dragon at Icespire Peak for last. Here's the quest prompt that the party receives. The orcs have fallen under the sway of evil spellcasters in Neverwinter Wood, and have been sighted in growing numbers near Falcon's hunting lodge. The spellcasters dwell in a ruined manse. Falcon needs someone to make a preemptive strike against it. Destroy the evil in the manse, then expect him to reward you. So to complete this quest, the party must, quote, eradicate the evil of the manse. But this is where we need to take a closer look. While the card, falcon, and the module's text refers to the half-orcs as evil, do you think the half-orcs are truly evil? Sure, sacrificing animals and summoning Ankegs to the logging camp are definitely not good actions. But what was their intention? It seems like the half-orcs are merely trying to praise their god and protect their homeland, which are the rightful goals of almost every tribe and nation in D&D. Now, the orcs from the mountains have slaughtered innocent people at Butterskull Ranch, they've threatened others at the Abathor Temple, and seemingly spurred these half-orcs to plan an attack on Falcon's hunting lodge. Let's not forget that the mountain orcs and even Cryovane, yes, the villainous white dragon, were forcibly removed from their homelands. But to me, the offensive, attacking nature of the orcs' violent acts makes their behavior evil. And in my opinion, even the preemptive strike ordered by Falcon is evil, because I feel that any preemptive strike is really only a violent outburst when an actor gives up on diplomacy. Unlike the defensively violent acts of the half-orcs who may or may not have been trying to actually kill any loggers at that camp. I know there's plenty of room for debate here, so please let me know down in the comments what you think about whether or not these half-orcs are evil. At the end of the day, my party gained the respect of the mountain orcs through a deadly trial by combat and made a truce with the half-orcs by labeling the dragon as a common enemy, thus gaining a half-orc sidekick using the Wereboar archetype courtesy of our sponsor, Cursed Classes. Within this 71-page supplement, you'll find level 1 to 20 progressions for 6 new classes. The Bound Spirit, your immortal soul possessing a suit of armor, stone golem, or flesh golem. Basically Frankenstein's monster. The Revenant, fixated undead avengers. The Vampire, who really needs no description because you already want to play one. The Florispawn, undead denizens of the wood overcome by nature. The Lich, everyone's favorite immortal big bad evil guy, now a full caster class. And the Lycanthrope, with 6 subclasses including the Wereboar and Wererat, which are incredibly useful if any characters in your Dragon of Icespire Peak party succumb to the shape-shifting powers of the half-orcs, or the Whiskered Gang were-rats in the Mountain's Toe gold mine. With guidelines for multi-classing and 3 brand new backgrounds, I will definitely find a way to incorporate these curses in my games. So be sure to check out cursed classes through the DM's Guild affiliate link in the description, and if you do get the supplement, please leave a review and let the creators know you heard about it here. Traveling to the manse is written to involve a pit stop at Falcon's hunting lodge, but I omitted this slightly out of the way visit and instead had the party meet Falcon in Phandalin, where he offered to guide them. Then, through some walk and talk roleplay in Neverwinter Wood, Falcon could still share his supposedly useful information about the orcs. That said, this lodge visit is great for familiarizing your party with the area before its dramatic counterattack destruction by Gorthok the Thunderboar and the invading orcs. But if your party also happens to make an alliance with the orcs, maybe they must then race to the Circle of Thunder with their new allies to call off the counterattack before Gorthok's summoning ritual is complete. Then again, if your party is all for kicking in the door and taking out these orcs, I recommend hinting that Falcon wants to help. Initially, he'll decline, stating he really should remain at the lodge, but any attempt to persuade him will be successful. The manse itself is covered with poisonous ivy, and though it's written to make the walls more difficult to climb, I figure this thick ivy makes climbing quite easy and lowered the DC from 15 to 5. Note, if your party decides to burn away all this ivy, it will work, and maybe kill or trap the inhabitants. But the stone walls of the manse will remain intact. The 9 pumpkin patches around the manse each contain a grazing boar, 3 of whom are half-orcs in disguise who will just ignore the party unless they're attacked. But I feel like they should confront any PCs who attack them or a boar, demanding to know why they've come to the manse. As for the pumpkins, each contains 6 servings of healing seeds, but eating 5 in an hour is poisonous? That's totally entrapment. To undo this cruel design, I would halve the servings per pumpkin and double the hit points per serving, so only your more greedy player characters will be poisoned. The trapped stairs between Area 3 and 14 collapse under 50 pounds of weight, so you should hint to medium-sized characters that the stairs look and feel incredibly unstable. Plus, I would include a closet under the stairs, so a curious PC might find the spike trap before it's too late. And hey, without such a closet, how would the orcs have placed the spikes under the stairs in the first place? Area 4 is already ravaged, so I recommend going the extra mile by having the cast iron tub from Area 15 above it smashed through the ceiling and resting on its side in the parlor, leaving some exposed pipes that provide another climbable route between the upper and lower floors. The dining room encounter is my favorite, so whether or not your party let the boar from the loggers' camp boring encounter get away, definitely include the twig blight idols of each character resting on the mantle. When the first blight was touched, I had each one attack their double, and when killed, the model character suffered 1d4 psychic damage. Area 8, the courtyard, is designed to overwhelm your party. Assuming you have 4 player characters, there will be 5 hidden vine blights waiting until the well is attacked or until Granach, the half-orc leader, commands them. The vine blights alone are considered an easy fight, but I disagree. They're extremely good at restraining targets, turning them into sitting ducks for any other hostiles. And in this location, any loud noise will bring in 8 orcs from the guest room and 12 twig blights from the lab, plus Granach, their leader. That's a deadly encounter of 26 hostile creatures, and if the half-orcs by the pumpkins haven't been killed yet, they'll probably join in too. Not only would tracking initiative in this combat be a nightmare, but it would almost certainly result in at least 1 character death if you ran the enemies with any sort of strategy. So if your party alerts everyone in the manse, let them first take in this overwhelming display of force, then begin with a discussion between them and Granach, so hopefully they can talk their way out of the situation or maybe at least come up with a good escape plan. If the conversation does turn sour and combat begins, the Vine Blight should start by restraining everyone in the party that they can and letting the orcs capture them, holding them for ransom against Falcon or Harbin Wester, maybe leading to a fun prison break style mission. Now, if your party found the Necklace of Fireballs in the Dragon Barrow quest, they can probably get out of here alive. But even still, according to the lore of the Golthius tree, which sprouts these blights from the well, the party would have to completely uproot this already buried tree to technically eradicate the evil of the Manse and complete this quest. Okay, lightning round. In Area 10, characters who catch Grannock eating animal guts and dancing with twig blights should not have to roll to determine he's performing a ritual. Duh. Next, the secret doors in the library and the master bedroom can apparently be located with only a DC 10 perception check, but I would raise this DC to 15 and keep DC 10 for an investigation check of the walls. And in the library, any PC who purposefully investigates the bookcase will find that secret door. In the master bedroom, just about any player will find the secret door to Area 13 because this secret door and room are on the player version of the map. Again. So I posted an edited version to Reddit, link in the description for your convenience. This area, the Magic Item Vault, is the perfect place to present your party with any magic items they've missed, or ones that you really want them to have for the upcoming dragon fight. And the Sturges would totally have been scared off by the loud orcs or Grannock's ritual, so unless surprise Sturges have become a fun joke with your party, I say get rid of them. Now remember to check out Cursed Classes through the DM's Guild affiliate link below, and if you're enjoying this series, please subscribe if you haven't already, and like and share this video so more people can see it and share their experience with this quest. Thank you for watching, and keep building.